Welcome to today's video, everybody. It's currently really late and I am grinding right now. There's just been so much that's happening behind the scenes and I'm so busy getting everything prepared and running around and stuff for the FD car and getting that thing ready for the next round. As you can see, there's a bunch of boxes everywhere, like beside me, behind me and stuff. Lots of parts in the car right now for the whole FD program, but we're hopefully, it seems like we're all gonna make it all happen and we're gonna make the deadline. There's also some crazy big announcements coming with new sponsors and stuff on board, which I'm really excited to talk about, but that'll have to come in the next video. Right now, I'm at a PA. I just grabbed some Starbucks and I gotta get back on the road because we're heading up to Fukushima to Sidex Japan and Ebisu Circuit and all that. We've got a lot of stuff to do this weekend up there. So, we're gonna get driving. I'm so exhausted, but we've got to push through. We've got so much to get done, and we've got a crazy deadline to have this car finished by. So let's get on the road. And welcome to my hotel room for tonight, guys. Nice little business hotel, double bed. There's actually a lot more space than what you'd normally get in Japan for a hotel. The only thing that sucks about being tall in Japan is when you lie on the bed, your feet hang over the edge. So fetal position it is tonight. And my view, well, that's it. Pretty much just car parks, and I'm not sure what this building is, but that looks like a car park building. Anyways, yeah, welcome to my hotel. Oh, we got a nice picture on the wall. Yeah. Hotel hallways always creep me out. Is it just me? I haven't had anything decent to eat, so coming to the convenience store real quick. Good old Family Mart. See if we get some instant ramen. Yo, this Family Mart's actually pretty big. They've got a decent selection. The question is what do I feel like today? My go-tos are normally the curry, the chili, or the regular. But there's some other really nice looking ones here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one. It's like a kimchi kind of style ramen. This one's fire. Just finished dinner, guys, and I've actually been wanting to make this video for a while. It's going to be different to what you're normally used to, and there's going to be a lot of talking, but please try to make it through the end of the video because I guarantee you we're going to be answering and talking about some things that you guys have been asking in the comment sections and all that kind of stuff about the Formula Drift J2 program, me competing in there, why I'm competing in there, my goals, my plans, and answering a bunch of like behind the scenes questions as well. So today, nothing went according to plan for me, and I've just been super busy. The time and that I could get up here with dealing with traffic and all that kind of stuff meant that I wasn't able to get to Sidex on time before they're closed, and just everything else that's been going on behind the scenes and how stressful things are with other big moves that are happening and stuff like that. We're looking for a new shop currently. We think we've found one. We're in the process of negotiating and getting approval for that. And then all the FD stuff and a few other things that I can't talk about, but just like there is just so much happening behind the scenes. And I know that when I was in, when I wasn't doing YouTube and when I was watching YouTubers, when I'd watch Adam, when I looked up to him before I knew him personally and all that kind of stuff, I always was like, oh man, what does it look like behind the scenes? What are they actually dealing with? And I thought this would be a really good opportunity for me to just go through and tell you some of the stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes and answer some questions. I put up a post on my Twitter and just asked you guys, like, what are some things that you guys want to know about or any questions that you have? So I'm going to be like kind of answering those, but also just kind of painting a picture and talking about everything that I'm doing behind the scenes now to make Formula Drift J2 work. Let's talk about why I decided to do FDJ2. My logical thinking is, when are you ever ready to start something new? When do you know that you're ready to start something new? 9 times out of 10, you never really know. And I feel like that's what holds you back. I touched a little bit on this in previous videos, but I am the kind of person that thrives when I'm thrown in the deep end. And I truly do believe that you're never really ready until you start doing it. So if I kept thinking to myself, when am I ready, when am I ready, when am I ready, and just kept like postponing it, then I probably never would have done it. So that's the first reason, is no better time than now. Second thing is seat time. Like, it just makes sense. Like, I need to get my mental state and my nerves and everything under control if I want to compete, in Pro 1 with all the big guys. And the only way to do that is do more competitions. So doing 5 rounds all around Japan. If we were able to do the first round, we would have done 6, but you know, this is the just time limitations, and when the car got here and everything like that, it's all we could do. So that's my main thought process behind it. Just makes sense. I'm gonna get a lot of seat time, a lot of practice. I get a bunch of seat time in a car that's more horsepower than I've ever dealt with and set up for all the Pro 1 stuff. So it's just perfect in my opinion. Third is it just helps me also start to build more of a portfolio up for, you know, companies and sponsors and all that kind of stuff in the motorsport industry, and really gives me a really good insight of competition and everything that happens there, and really understanding it, and so that I know better what I need to do when I get into Pro 1. Moving on to the next topic is schedule, dates, rounds, and live streams, and what I'm planning to do content-wise, I think is another thing that a lot of you guys have been asking about. Some people are wondering if I'm going to be doing any Twitch content and doing some IRL streams with it, or is it going to be more of like a, you know, vlog after kind of the competition and, you know, the FD live streams and how that all kind of pans out. So first of all, Formula Drift does live stream all of the J2 events in Japan. So when you guys want to watch me compete, you will be able to do it with the English commentators. You need to be subscribed and following the Formula Drift YouTube channel, the American one. That's where the English commentated streams go. If you do want to watch the Japanese commentated ones, those will be on that Formula Drift Japan YouTube channel. So that aside, the main competitions are streamed. The practice rounds are generally not. I don't think I've ever seen any of the FDJ2 practice rounds, but maybe they do start doing that this year, sorry, I'm not sure. Depending on how things go and I kind of like test the atmosphere and all that kind of stuff after the first round, I am thinking it would be kind of cool if we could do an IRL Twitch stream for all the practice rounds of FD. So the day before, or, you know, the half day of practice or something before the main comp. That may be cool, but like I said, I need to just kind of feel out how the day's going to go. The couple of days are going to go with practice and competing, how I'm going to do mentally and physically and all that kind of stuff, and see if I'm going to be able to, you know, do a Twitch live IRL stream during that period of time. So that's an idea that I'm playing with, but I'm not sure if we're going to do it yet. As for content for the YouTube channel, yes, there is going to be a main kind of vlog based on the event and covering everything that happens. But if you do want kind of like live updates as they happen, probably like my Twitter or Instagram is the best place to get those during the competitions and events. Now let's get into a little bit of the itty-gritty stuff that's happening right now behind the scenes, and why I am so stressed and why I nearly missed this upload, the upload schedule, and why we're making this video so late right before I need to edit and upload and get this thing up in time. It's actually 1:30 in the morning right now. Is the car deadline is insane. From when we got the car, after we did that little bit of testing and stuff like that, and with Fusto and Steve's schedule and stuff with Sidex Japan, as well as, you know, Tanaka-san, who's going to be tuning the car, and then paint and aero and bodywork. We are painting the car. We're not going to be doing like just a color wrap. We are going to obviously be putting a livery on the car, which is another time thing, but we're getting everything painted. We're getting a body kit aeroed, a lot of the stuff on the car all fixed up, and the whole car properly painted. The color, you guys will have to wait and see. The aero kit, you will have to wait and see. That's a really cool, amazing sponsorship announcement that I know a lot of you guys are guessing already, but obviously let's keep it a secret for those who don't know. Wheel sponsors, we got an amazing wheel sponsor on board that we'll probably be letting you guys know about later on this week. Just some insane stuff that's been happening behind the scenes that we'll be announcing soon, as well as my tier 2 sponsor and a bunch of other sponsors that are on board and stuff like that. It's all very, very exciting. And it means that we're going to be able to go bigger and bigger and bigger next year, especially. But just holding out this year for the full season is my main goal. And that kind of moves into like the deadline we have is essentially everything mechanically on the car, tune and everything needs to be done with all the changes we're making. Just looking at my calendar right now, we need to have that finished ideally around the 8th. The 8th of June. I need the car at the event at the track on the 24th, and I'd like to do a test day on the 23rd. The first round that I am driving in is the second round of FDJ2, and it is going to be at Ebisu Circuit, Nishi, Long. I would like some seat time in that car. That is a very tricky, hard track to get. You guys saw how much I struggled with it in the Chaser, and I want to nail it in the S15. I think we can, and I know we can. I just need to get some seat time and some practice. So if everything gets done mechanically on the car by the 8th, then that will give us enough time to leave me with like 4 days before the comp, after paint and body. So the paint and body, they need like 12 days to get everything done roughly. Maybe they'll get it done a day early or a day later, we don't know. But then we need to transport the car to the livery guy. He's gonna install the livery. And then after that, he's gonna roughly need 2 days. After that, I'm hoping we can do a test day and we can book Nishi Long on the 23rd. The 24th is practice day, or is it the 25th, 26th? Oh, it's the 25th, 26th. 25th is practice day, 26th is comp day. So if I can rent it either the 23rd or the 24th for a practice day in the car, the new livery and all that kind of stuff, take it easy, but just get the hang of things with the new setup, that should be great. So mechanically though, we have so much to get done in the car. You guys have been, if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you know I've been giving updates. We got the new Garrett Turbo on there already. Steve's been cranking away at that. We've got a whole new intake manifold setup coming. We don't have time, unfortunately, to change the link for this round. So we're gonna be sticking with what ECU is in the car currently. And then hopefully by the next round, we'll have time to switch it out and upgrade some of the stuff that's in there. Some really old tech in there. So it'll be good to upgrade a bunch of that stuff. But we've got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got to sort out the boost controller. There was an issue there. Turns out it was actually just tuned with gate. Like it wasn't even, didn't have any boost control at all when it was last tuned on the dyno in Australia because they were having issues with boost control. So that's why it was unplugged. We had to change engine mounts. One of the engine mounts was failed. We found one of the clutch discs was like cracked and splintered, like just a whole bunch of things. And we're pulling apart the trans and checking everything internally, making sure everything's all good there. And that's the other thing is because this is my first year, I don't have like an insane budget. I don't have enough money to buy 2 of everything yet. So we are going to try to buy a bunch of spares. Like I don't even have a spare 2JZ on the side right now. I'm hoping I will in the next like couple months, halfway through the season, but I'm really confident. I think the car's gonna last pretty well. Unless we have a massive wreck or something that's gonna knock me out, I don't see why we're gonna have any issues with the car. So there are some spare parts and stuff that Fusto has that, you know, if it turns out that I need them, I'm sure he's going to let me use them, and then I'll just have to buy some after the competition to replace them. But you know, I'm I'm in good hands. You know, the Sidex guys, they're going to be my team. They're going to be supporting me. They're going to be, you know, they're working on the car, building the car, maintaining the car. They're going to be my pit crew and stuff at the event, and they're going to be helping out with spotting and all that kind of stuff as well. So I'm in good hands there, and I think they're going to look after me the best they can. And if anything breaks or stuff like that, they'll be able to help me find a replacement when we can. Right now, I would rather spend the budget that I do have for spares on the spares that I need the day that we actually know that we need them. And I know that means that I'm not going to be able to get, you know, things fixed in a 5-minute, you know, timeline or stuff like that during the comp, and it means that I may miss out on a battle or something. But I'm quite confident we're going to be okay unless someone smashes into me and T-bones me or something, right? But anyways, you get what I'm saying, right? First year competing, things are a bit tight. I don't have 2 of everything, but I'm really confident that with the right team and support and stuff that we'll do really, really well regardless. And I'm sure that, you know, like the drifting family, like the drifting world over here, everyone's very tightly knitted together. And if it turns out I don't have a part, I'm sure someone will be able to help me out with that on the day. A lot of you guys asked about why I decided to go with the S15 that we bought. The main reason for that is through and through, I think throughout competitive drifting, that chassis and with that engine combo has been proven to be probably one of the most competitive cars and just the go-to platform for anyone getting into competitive drifting. S15 and a 2JZ, boom, competitive drift car for any series. I think it's been proven over and over and over again. Why I decided to just buy a car from scratch, I know a lot of people were kind of asking about that. And I do touch on that in a few videos, but that whole car package cost probably a quarter of what it would have cost me if we built that from scratch. You know, my pink S15, that's more of a grassroots street drift car that, you know, we've kind of built something that, you know, still has aircon, but it's going to make 500 horsepower and it's going to be super competitive, you know, grassroots car that will be doing a lot of grassroots comps at like Nico Circuit, like Kanto All Stars and Drift Victory and all that kind of stuff. That's my main goal with that car. The blue car was initially going to become a practice car, but the chassis is in way better condition than I was expecting. So that thing's probably going to become this really nice street car. Just an all-around really good build and like clean and nice like example of a street car. So I'm really hyped about that. And obviously the FD car is FD. Now, we do need to fill that void because the blue car, the whole purpose of that was to be getting like a practice car like the Chaser, but in the S15 platform for more seat time, getting familiar with that chassis and just getting more and more comfortable with it. But obviously the blue S15 was in a lot better condition than I was expecting. So now I kind of need to fill that void again, which means I am kind of thinking of getting another S15. Which, yeah, anyways, you know, I don't have a problem. It's just, okay, maybe I do have a problem. You guys tell me in the comment section, but you get the point behind it, right? I mean, if we get an S14, that's probably just as good. But yeah, anyways, that aside, that's kind of my main thought process with all my cars and why we decided to go with the S15 and the 2JZ platform. A fair few people are asking about tire sponsors or what I'm doing for tires and stuff in FD-J2. Now, there's actually a really cool rule with Formula Drift J2, and that is that you can't get a tire sponsor, and all the tires are locked, and you have to buy them actually from Formula Drift Japan, and they come directly through Yokohama. They go to the Formula Drift Japan's warehouse. They all get stamped and marked there, and they then are shipped to the drivers. And the drivers have to use those at competition. They cannot use any tire that is not stamped and marked, and it cannot be any other tire than those Yokohama Advan tires, Yokohama Neova drifting tires. I can't remember the exact model, but they can't be any other tire. One other crazy thing is the drivers also, we're all signing contracts saying that we're not reselling those tires. They're not allowed to be resold. We are meant to use them for competition practice purposes only. So it's actually really good. It means you're locked into a tire. It kind of sucks obviously because that's an expense then that we can't like get any sponsorship on whatsoever. I mean, of course, if you have like a, you know, some companies sponsoring you, they're giving you a bunch of financial sponsorship to pay for tires, that's different. But you can't get a tire sponsor per se. You are all locked into those tires that you have to buy through FD Japan. And no matter what size tire you need, they are all 15,000 yen each, $150 per tire. On average each round, with practice and everything, probably need at least like 4 front tires and about 30 rears. So yeah, that you can do the math. $150 times 44. Sorry, 34, my bad. So yeah, that's the whole purpose of the tire. It locks everyone in. No one can cheat. No one can have any advantage with tires or anything like that. It also kind of limits your power and what you can use. But yeah, I'm really excited to be competing in a series that has a tire lock like that. I think that's sick. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Seriously, it means so much to me that you're still here watching. It actually does a lot for the video's performance. When, you know, the YouTube algorithm and the AI bots and all that kind of stuff see you guys watching my videos consistently, like for long periods of time without skipping, they recommend the video to more people. When they see you guys hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on, like that does something. When they see you smash the like button and write a comment, that does something. And it all helps my content get in front of new faces and new eyes. So if you haven't subscribed yet, and I know a lot of you are not subscribed who watch my content every day, which is mind-blowing to me that you're watching my content every day and still haven't hit that button, please do. Seriously, like 70% is what the YouTube algorithm tells me of people watching my content that haven't hit that button yet. So hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and make sure you still come back and check my channel every day, because the algorithm just still won't always recommend and give you my videos and let you know I've uploaded, even though you've hit that button. So anyways, that kind of stuff aside, I have 3 main things I want to talk about before we wrap up this video. But before we do, thank you to every one of you that went to SAMMIT.net on the merch shop and bought the FD support pack. thank you so much. Seriously, that's helping me out a lot, which is one of the things we're going to touch on a little bit, those 3 topics. But also, a lot of you guys DM me and asked if I could just extend it till Monday morning over the weekend, just with holidays and stuff like that, and a few payday things and stuff like that. A bunch of people. So look, I can't place the orders with the manufacturers till Monday anyways, so I decided to just leave it open on the online store till then. If you guys missed out, more than welcome to go and try and grab yourself one before Monday morning. That's the cutoff. That's the final cutoff now. Okay, guys. So hopefully all you guys that were DMing me, now is your chance and this is your window. But yeah, that aside, guys, thank you so much. It really helps out a lot. Let's move into these last 3 topics. The first one being schedule. When are all the rounds? So we've already missed out on round 1, but round 2 is next month, June 25th, 26th. Round 3 is July 29th and 30th. That's at Sugo, so I'm pretty excited about that. Round 4 is August 27th, 28th. Round 5 is October 7th and 8th. And then round 6 is November 26th, 27. So we have 5 rounds total left for me to drive all around Japan. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a huge learning curve. A little bit nervous. A bunch of tracks I've never driven on. In fact, I think I'm only driving on 1 track that I've driven on, and that's the Ebisu Nishi-Long, which is kind of crazy. Moving away from schedule, let's now talk about the cost of the entire program for the year. I'm predicting it's going to cost me probably around 220, 230, maybe 250,000 grand, like $1,000 for this year. And that's including everything, purchasing the car and everything. Now, the best news is we have some incredible sponsors on board that are financially supporting us for the FD season, which you guys will all find out more and more about as the next few weeks go out and we get the car prepped and we start revealing stuff and things like that, which is amazing. And they've been able to fill in the void, but still a lot of that is going to be coming out of my pocket, which is just, the cost of doing this early, doing this as quickly as it all kind of came about. There wasn't too much planning. It just kind of got sprung on me. So, and it was just it's an opportunity I couldn't turn down because it's my dream. So, I'm expecting to invest a lot into this. But the good news is after my first year, after we get some points on the board and we, start proving ourselves, is more and more finance will come in from sponsors and supporters and stuff like that. So that's where things will start to get a little bit more exciting. And the more we compete, the more we do better. Obviously, the more and more of that floods in, which will fill all those gaps. And eventually the goal is that, sponsors pay for everything. And then it's just a lot more free sailing. We can hire more people to manage everything and it's less stress for me, right? So that's kind of covering the cost of everything. Moving on to future Formula Drift plans. A lot of people have been asking, what's my goal with this? Is this am I just going to stay in FDJ2? Do I want to do Pro 1? Do I want to drive in the USA? Do I want to drive in D1 GP? My goal with FDJ2 and just Formula Drift in general is I want to drive with the big boys. I want to get to the highest level that I possibly can. And the only way that you can know if you are truly good and at a high level is competing. So yeah, I would love to one day be driving in FD USA. I'm not against the idea of one day driving in D1 GP if they're still around by that time. I don't know. But my goal is to keep trying to do better and better and better and keep challenging myself every day. And the only way to do that is to keep going up and up and up. So my goals are the highest level possible. I'd love to get a podium in FD USA. That would be insane. So yeah, I don't know. We've done this already. I'm sure with enough hard work, enough practice, and all the people supporting me behind me, I think we can do it. And I'm sure we will keep going. So that's kind of my plan there. That kind of covers everything, I think. I'm just going over my list here of everything I wrote down. I don't see anything I kind of missed. I think we're good. But if you guys have any other questions, please put them down in the comment section. We can visit it again in another video later on, and we kind of start to wrap things up and the car's all ready and finished, or even after the round, we'll do another one of these videos. We may even do it as a live stream or something. But if you have any other questions or any input whatsoever, please put it down in the comment section. I actually read a lot of your guys' comments. I don't have time to reply to each and every one of them, but do know that I am always skimming through them, and most of the time I try to read them all. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's different. I know it's a lot of talking, but I think it's a really good way for me to just be super upfront with this whole thing and to be honest, I don't want to miss another upload. I've been really consistent, and just with everything that's been going on behind the scenes, it's been very hard for me to film some of the content and have it all ready for you guys that I've got planned. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop, if that makes sense. I want to make sure we still upload, and this was a video I planned to make, and it just all worked out to do it tonight. So thanks for watching. Smash that like button, write us a comment, hit subscribe if you're watching this and you aren't subscribed, and go get yourself that FD support pack if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Ciao.